Sunday, October 1st, 5:15 p.m., St. Petersburg, Florida. I'm at First Baptist Institutional Church with Dr. Wayne G. Thompson, who's the pastor here, talking about Hurricane Irma and when it went through St. Petersburg. Dr. Thompson, tell me how Hurricane Irma affected you and your church here.
All right, first of all, Hurricane Irma did us a favor by not coming directly here. She turned her backside to us, that is the westernmost side of her to the St. Petersburg area, which meant that we got winds up to 125 miles per hour, which caused significant damage to trees and to roofs in our area, which meant that many of the power lines were downed. After having had a mandatory evacuation since Friday of the week before she came on Sunday night, everybody was kind of braced for this direct hit. 6.3 million people had evacuated the state, and those of us who remained were in shelters and in other strong buildings. I happen to live in a stage A, that's the first stage for evacuation. So I was literally out of my home on Friday. So by the time she took a east turn, a right turn just before coming into Sarasota County, south of us about 45, 50 miles, the storm itself was 500 miles wide. So that meant it brought strong winds. And we, rather than get the direct hit, we got the backside of it, all the strong winds, a lot of rain, and power outages. So most of us were without power in the community for anywhere from 2 days to 8 days. So many of our members were in certain areas of the city. Child's Park didn't get power until Sunday, a week later. Some folk who live down southeast in middle income homes didn't get power until Saturday night. I didn't get power back until late Friday or early Saturday, something like that. So my members who all live around the same places were without power for as little as 3 days, as much as 8 days. During that time, we had to, everybody was making do, and we worked together to bring some hot meals to folk there. And we partnered with some other folk in the community who brought the FEMA people to where we were handing out food so that people could begin the process of getting that. So some people have had success with FEMA, other folk have not had success with FEMA. So some folk are being qualified for food assistance and for having been out of their homes. Other folk are being disqualified, and we can't tell yet. In fact, I was out of my home for 5 or 6 days, and they told me I didn't qualify, but that's okay. So feeding them, Heavy's food truck came in, fed an average of 300-400 people a day. We did that over 3 nights, and we paid him stuff like that. So moving forward, the need now is in that cleanup process and filling the holes where some of the services are not wraparound. It's telling people, go to your insurance company, go to FEMA, go to the Red Cross, go here, go there. I filled out the forms on FEMA, and they told me I qualified for a night in a hotel. Well, that's after I got power back. So I don't understand that process, but nevertheless, God has still been operative. So I think moving forward, we're going to help people who are falling through the cracks. There are some things that people have to do in order to get services restored, in order to get things done that they need to get done until certain things kick in. And so we are seeing stories on both sides of the coin. Some are successful. Neighbors across the street or next door are not as successful. So what we see that happening, and we learn about that, we're going to be jumping in. And then people are coming to pastors like me saying, can you help us do this, that, and the other? So we'll be able to make some great decisions about helping folk along the way.
Dr. Thompson, American Baptist Home Mission Societies has released $5,000 in One Great Hour sharing funds for your church. How are you going to use those funds to help your members?
Thank you. Thank me first of all. Say thank you. Never thought we've given to One Great Hour Sharing for many years during my pastorate here, and never thought that we would be in the way of doing that. So as I said a moment ago about helping our members find ways up out of the cracks of these people that are supposed to be delivering the service to them, and we're trying to get them not to be discouraged in this process. So we'll do our best to be good stewards and to make certain that we're helping them meet their needs in the area. We know that people lost a lot. We believe that Feeding Florida, this plan to help people recover from having lost food in the refrigerators and in other ways through the storm, that they're going to be covering. Where folk are not qualifying, we hope to be able to step up to do that. So I think that now for us is just to find where there are cracks and then fill those cracks. This will go a long way to helping us do that. And that's both within our church and then outside our church, I think. I think we'll be successful with that.
It's such a wonderful thing when the church is there to help its members as well as the community to heal and recover at times like this. So thank you for filling that gap.
Well, listen, thank you for trusting us and partnering with us to get this job done. I think it's a high privilege for us to be able to do this, but yet at the same time, it'll be an opportunity for us it's an opportunity for our people to see that American Baptist actually lives beyond their gifts to it. And so I'm excited about that part. And I thank you for coming today, you and Vicki, to come to church today, because they got a chance to see faces on American Baptist that perhaps they would never have seen. I've enjoyed meeting you all and getting to know you and to share and to know that we got some great folk who are working for the greater good, for the kingdom of God. Thank you.
Thank you.